one again, and I want to show it to you so that you know how it works and then how it is also going to help us, like our parents at home, and then our sisters, those homes that there is no light, and they also use flashlight. Then they also have problem with them at most of the time. And then we also look at the plastic waste material. You know this soft drink bottle, after taking the drink, you just throw them away because they are useless. And sometimes they even block our area, like the gutters and other things. So sometimes they even block the gutters and the water cannot even flow through well. So, but this is another way we can even put it to, and which will be useful, just like the way they make it to be used. And this one may even be more efficient than the way it was designed to use. For instance, they only manufacture the bottle to store drink. So after you have taken the drink, you see its use has finished. But we can also put it in another form, which may also be what? Useful again to us. So this is another form that I have put it so that it will be useful. So this is just a simple flashlight. You see there is a switch here. Yeah. You see there is a switch there.
This is wonderful.
And then
viewers, you can see use storm energy bottle in making a flashlight, and it is very brighter, very much brighter than ever.
And then you can also see there is a charging port here, and this is its charging cable. So the charger, it is using 5-volt charger. So these normal phone chargers that we are using. So if you have any phone charger with a USB port, so you can connect the cable to it. And you connect it like this, and you connect to the phone charger. There is an indicator. I'll put a certain light here, LED light. It is always red. So the moment you connect it to the charger, it will show red. So when it shows like that, it means charging is in process. So it is charging. So when it is fully charged, that light will automatically go off, and that tells you that it is fully charged.
Oh my God.
Yes. And so that is how it works. And then this one, it is also very light. So this one is not like the normal torches that we use. This one, it can fall severally on the ground. Children can play around with it. They can play with like a football, but when you pick it, it is still working. So it's not like when you buy it today and then it falls, that ends it. No. And for this one, it is not like that. You can use it
like this. How long does it last before you charge it?
This one, for instance, I don't know the way they are going to use. Maybe some people can just use it like their home light. You know, they will just light it and put it down in the room and be using till daybreak. But aside that, for that one, I can't tell the number of days it can last. But per the normal use, maybe you are just using it to like the normal way we use torch. This one, it can last for a week. A whole week, I'm telling you.
Wow.
Because the kind of bulb I use here and the kind of components I apply, I use some resistors and all those components. And those resistors actually resist the power, the direct current flowing from the battery to the bulb direct. You see, so it actually makes the system not to consume much power. So that way it lasts. And I also put some regulative system inside. Like when you shake it, the brightness will reduce. When you shake again, it will increase. So that's how it works.
You mean you kept?
Yes, I kept a certain device, a regulator inside. So when you shake it, the brightness will increase or it reduces. So that's how it is. So for instance, maybe you are sleeping in your room, there is no light. You can actually use this one. You shake it so that the brightness will reduce, and you put it down in the solution.
Wow.
Yes, so that is how it works. So it's just the normal bottle with other components inside. You can play it just like a football, kick it around,
Oh
You
my
see?
God, this is talent.
Yes. So you can
Wow.
kick it around, and when you take it, look at it. It seems bright. So not like our homes that you just buy one, the moment it falls, that ends it. You go around buy battery and all that, and you know the economy today we are in. It's not easy. Everything is going up high, high, high each and every day. And so with this one, if I have some small panel, solar panel that I have designed with the device, but unfortunately I have not brought it here. So what happens is that I added some small panel which actually produce 6 volts when you what is that? When you send it, let's say if you place it in the sun. So let's assume that you don't have electricity in your house. So that thing I added the USB port there. So you just plug this USB port directly to that panel and connect it to the torch. So let's say maybe if you are staying in a farm, you can still use it. So it doesn't matter your location. So I actually make it adaptive wherever you go. So that is it.
Oh, what?
So that is the kind of.
One thing I'm wondering is what came into your mind when you came out with this?
Yes, sir. Thank you for your question, because before there is something we say that needs call for invention. That is what that's a wise saying that has been going on. You know, before somebody decides that he will do something, it means he needs that thing or he wants to do that thing to solve a certain problem. Because for me, sometimes once I've been doing innovations and all that, most of the time women and children do come there with their flashlight each and every time. Oh, that they just bought it yesterday and then the thing spoiled. So I should help and repair it for them. So I keep on doing that. It got to a time I said no. That way is not helping. You know. So I have to actually find the problem and try to see how I can also solve it. So when I check, I realize that some of them are always heavy, and then when they fall, they spoil something inside. Or the brightness. Sometimes the brightness is always very long. You can see that there are some torchlight. If you buy it and you light it, you see that the bulb is always very hot.
Yeah.
So within no time, the bulb will it will not last. So most of the time, some torches face such challenges. And then some too, they are also using the battery. Assuming I am a student, I am looking for money to buy textbooks, maybe some story books and textbooks, and I'm not getting. And now you see the economy, you can't even buy the battery again. So when it is like that, you see that it will be actually affecting the students in the home. For example, if there is no light there, and there was a day a woman was telling me that she nearly got bitten by a snake because she was not having light. They only have one torchlight in the home, the whole family. And so if the student wants to learn, they'll be using that torch. And so once they are using the torch and they don't want to distract their studies, so they will have to, apply their own ways of what? Going around. Maybe if they want to take something inside the room, they have to just walk inside like that in the darkness. You see, and that is what is affecting us. So those in maybe cities and other well places, they will not face such challenges. But those in the remote areas, the rural areas, they are actually facing such problems. So we are now the youth. We can also sit down and watch, So though we seem not to have anything to do, but once we have the idea, we will want to, let's say, show it out to see. So if people are ready to sponsor, fine, then the idea will become finalized. And so that is why I decided to try this and see how it is going to work. And actually, it works the way I want. It's just working. So this one like this, a jelly with maybe some kind of sponsorship that we can be able to buy components, train some students, junior high students, so that they can assemble life for themselves and even to their parents. You know, most of the time, some people will just learn, they know, oh, resistor, it resists the flow of current or voltage through a conductor. But some of them, if you just show them, if you take the resistor and put it down, ask them what it is, they don't know it. Or they don't actually know the application of it, you know. But let's say through the training and then the assembling of this flashlight and other devices, they will actually see the physical form of what you were telling them in the book. So if you tell them that the resistor it reduces or it resists the current, free flow of current through the conductor. So when you do that, you connect it through the conductor and they see how it actually resists the flow. Now they will understand. And that way they will be able to apply it in other ways. Not only the electricity, but in other forms. So that is how it is important that we sponsor that kind of thing. So thank you for your time. You cut it off.